Hi folks, it's Sarah here, and I'm just going to talk you through what I'm going to do differently with my diet. Now that we're sort of coming out of lockdown and we're sort of starting to get around to thinking about getting back to work for those that have been working from home, getting back into the office and being faced with wearing the grown-up clothes. Having taken full advantage of this holiday and working from home, I've been kind of living in my PJs or my gym gear. And, it's been lovely. It's been lovely and relaxed. I've really thoroughly enjoyed working from home. Along with that, I've relaxed some of my my usual routines. I mean, I've kept in a routine, but not quite as much. I mean, I haven't been training because I don't have any equipment. So I really haven't done any training at all. That's, I guess, the combination of training and office is really what's formed the basis of my routine on a day-to-day basis. Usually I get up, I eat, I train, I eat, I go to the office and I eat. So I'm sort of on 6 meals a day, and it's all figured up around my sort of training and my work. And then at weekends I free eat. Now that I haven't really been in that routine as such, I really haven't been doing the training. So I've kind of reverted to eating 3 times a day and just the whole instinctive eating. And along with that, I've dropped off the quality of the food. Now, I never eat badly. I never eat junk food. I mean, I haven't had a single takeaway meal the whole time we've been in lockdown. I've only actually had one drinks night as well. So I've only had one can of cider the whole time we've been in lockdown. So whereas a lot of people have probably taken a lot more advantage of, takeout foods, and they've increased the alcohol. I mean, the statistics come out have been saying that people have increased alcohol intake by about 70%. Now, I just haven't. Alcohol just isn't a thing in my life, so it really hasn't been a thing. What has changed mostly in my diet is the fact that I've gone from eating sort of 5 or 6 times a day down to 3 times a day, and those meals are much bigger, and they've composed much more carbohydrate based rather than the very high vegetable and protein load that I usually have. So for example, usually my breakfast would be a chunk of chicken or a couple of boiled eggs before I train, followed by a big salad when I get to work. Now, instead of that, I'm having sort of 2 boiled eggs with a bacon and 2 slices of toast with gluten-free muesli, coconut milk and protein powder. So you can see right from there, although it's only one meal, the calorie load is probably significantly higher, and there's a whole load of stuff in there that I wouldn't normally eat. Now for lunch, again, I'd usually have a big, huge salad with a piece of fruit or a piece of sweet potato as my carbohydrates. Whereas usually for lunch now, I'm having a sweet potato wrap with sort of ham and hummus and a bit of avocado. And then that'll be followed by coconut yogurt with some frozen berries or fresh fruit and protein powder. And then at night, I've still been having my sort of super green soup or some kind of soup with meat. But again, I've had coconut yogurt and berries, and sometimes I've had this beautiful Vise ice cream on a couple of occasions. You can tell just from that my carbohydrate intake has increased significantly. Although the food quality is still up there, the types of foods I've been eating are a little bit different. So now that we're faced with going back to work and stuff like that, I've decided that I'm going to get back into my routine. So you can see here from this shopping that it's all vegetables pretty much. I have got some cashew nuts there because I am going to make my really delicious curried carrot and cashew nut soup, which is absolutely divine. So I am going to make that. I've got mushrooms over there I'm going to be having my egg white omelettes for breakfast, but this time without the bread. I've got my salad there for lunch, so I can have that instead of these sort of sweet potato wraps. I have been going through a lot of eggs, and like I say, I've been having sort of omelettes every day or poached eggs on toast every day. So I do like my eggs though, so I'll probably keep the egg white omelettes because I generally just have those with mushrooms and onion and asparagus and zucchini. So look, the egg white omelette's great. I'll just not have the toast. So that's what I'm going to do with my diet. I'm just going to increase the nutritional value, cut back on the carbs a little bit, and increase the amount of green vegetable matter. So what have you been doing during lockdown that you don't usually do? Have you had more takeout? Have you been drinking more? And if you have, how can you then start to bring it back more into a much sort of healthier direction? And places to start, for example, would be cutting back on the amount of takeout food you have. I mean, while we're still in lockdown, a lot of people have taken advantage of having a little bit of extra time on their hand to make foods. Can you start doing that? Have you been drinking more alcohol than you would normally? Can you cut that back as well? Can you start drinking more water? Can you drink less coffee? Can you substitute a coffee for a herbal tea, for example? These little substitutions are things that you can make very, very easily to start moving your diet to a much healthier direction as we transition back into, I guess, more of a normal way of being.